Hello student. Today this is a video of Maths 2 lesson number 2 Pythagoras theorem, and this is a video number 6 of the lesson Pythagoras theorem. And from previous video we started practice set 2.1. Few examples I showed you in the previous video. Today we will see few more examples. Here on the screen you can see the example number 6. The example is find the side and perimeter of a square whose diagonal is 10 centimeter. It is very simple example. Diagonal of the square means due to the diagonal the square gets divided into two right angle triangle, and we can use the perimeter and we'll get the side. We can use the Pythagoras theorem and we'll get the side as well as perimeter of the square. It is a simple example, but how to put it on the paper, how to represent it, that I will show you here. So from the question, first we will draw the diagram. Here I am drawing the diagram of square. Suppose this quadrilateral ABCD is a square. Two opposite vertex, when they are joining, we can say it is a diagonal. You know the meaning of diagonal. So A and C are the opposite vertex. So I joined it with the segment AC, and that segment AC is a diagonal. The length of the diagonal is given 10. You know the different properties of square. So we will see first property is all four sides of the square are equal. So we'll show with the identical mark. So this shows that four sides of the square are equal. All four sides are equal, so we will show them with the length x. Then also you know another property of the square. Four angles are also congruent and each angle is of 90 degree. That means right angle. So angle B congruent to C, congruent to D, congruent to A, and all are of 90 degree. These are the properties of the square which are useful here. But look at the diagram, you can see AC is the diagonal, and due to the diagonal AC, the whole square is divided into two triangles. And as angle B or D are of 90 degrees angle, that's why these two triangles are right angle triangle. So we will apply the Pythagoras theorem to get the length of the x. See, now you can see the right angle triangle ABC. Length of diagonal means it is a length of hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is 10. So easily you can find out AB and BC because both are equal and we showed them with x. So how you will start solving the example? What is given? Quadrilateral ABCD is a square. This is given. Then diagonal AC equal to 10. This is also given. Now you know it is a square, so we will write AB equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. All four sides of the squares are equal, and we consider the length of side of the square is x. So all these four sides are equal to each other and they are equal to length x. This is a sentence number 1. Suppose you can write the reason sides why we showed these segments are equal to each other, because they are the sides of the square. Now due to this diagonal, the square is divided into two triangles. Both the triangles are same, so we will use only one triangle. So we will take the triangle ABC. So in triangle ABC, angle ABC or angle B is of 90 degree. So by Pythagoras theorem, this way you can write. See, here I wrote in triangle ABC, angle ABC is equal to 90 degree. You can write triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. This also shows that it is a right angle triangle. So directly you can start with the Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem you get AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. You know the value of AC, that is 10. So 10 square is equal to AB, we consider x square. BC also x, so x square. Here we got 10 square is 100. 1x square plus 1x square is equal to 2x square. I am solving this side remaining example. So here now we want to find out the value of x. So let the 2 go to opposite side. 100 divided by 2 equal to x square. 250 is 100, that means 50 is equal to x square. Now we don't want x square, we want only x. So we'll take the square root of both the side. That means you will get here square root of 50 is equal to x. Now 50 square root, that means we will just write the factors of the 50. You know how to find out the square root. So here you get 25, 2s are 50. I am showing you each and every step. This is a simple step. I am showing you, you can avoid it. The square root of 25 is 5. Root 2 is equal to x. That means we got the side of the square is equal to 5 root 2. So two questions are asked. They asked you to find out the side and perimeter. So first we got side of the square. So you can say here see here once again I will show you. 100 divided by 2 we got 50. 50 is equal to x square. We don't want x square, we want x. So take the square root of both the side. So root 50 is equal to x. We have to find out the square root of 50. That means this method we are following. 25 multiplied by 2 is equal to x. This I am showing you all these steps. You can avoid. Square root of 25 is 5 root 2 is equal to x. So here you can highlight the first answer. side of a square is equal to 5 root 2. Second question is find the perimeter. You know the definition or meaning of perimeter. Perimeter means sum of all four sides. Sum of all sides, it is a square and it has four sides. That means sum of all four sides. So as we know all four sides are congruent, so we will add it and we will get it. But in lower class 5th standard you learn the formula of square, formula to find out the perimeter of square. Perimeter of square is equal to 4 multiplied by side. 4 times you have to add 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2. But we have a formula to find out the perimeter of square, that is 4 multiplied by side. So we'll use the formula. So perimeter of square, the formula is perimeter of square is equal to 4 multiplied by side. Now just put the prices in the formula and calculate. So perimeter is equal to 4 multiplied by side, we got that is 5 root 2. And after multiplication you will get perimeter of the square is equal to 20 root 2 centimeter. So this is the second answer. Perimeter of the square is equal to 20 root 2 centimeter. This way we can complete this example. It is a simple example, but you have to solve it step by step. That means you should get the full marks of every step. Now see the example number 8. It is same like 6th example. So I am showing you here. Example number 8 is find the diagonal of a rectangle whose length is 35 centimeter and breadth is 12 centimeter. So this example and example number 6 which just now we completed, both are same method you have to follow. Little bit difference is what? In the 6th example they had given diagonal and asked you to find out side. And here in example number 8 the length of the sides are given and asked you to find out diagonal. In the 6th example we use the Pythagoras theorem. In 8th example also you are going to use Pythagoras theorem. I am not solving it, but I will help you with the help of diagram, so you can complete it in the classwork notebook. Try to do it. If you cannot, then I will solve for you. See, this is a rectangle PQRS. The length is given 35 and the breadth is given 12. Asked you to find out the diagonal, that is QS. Like square, here also due to the diagonal, the rectangle is divided into two right angle triangle. So first right angle triangle is suppose QPS and second right angle triangle is SRQ. Because all four angles of the rectangle are of 90 degree. So here also we get two right angle triangle. If you see this triangle SRQ, that means this, the length of the first side SR, that is given 12, length of the second side, that is QR, that is given 35, and QS is a diagonal, but we will consider it is a hypotenuse. We have to find out the hypotenuse. So use the Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to one side square plus second side square, Calculate it, you will get the length of the diagonal. It is very simple example. Try to solve it. Then you see the example number 7. This also I will just explain you how to do. Try to do it. If you cannot, I will solve it for you. See now, the example is number 7. In the diagram is given here. Angle DFE 90 degree. Angle DFE, that means this is big triangle. It is of 90 degree, that means it is a right angle triangle. F angle is 90. Then FG perpendicular to ED. FG perpendicular to ED. GD is given 8. FG is given 12. Asked to find out EG, also FD and EF. Now see what you will do. First right angle triangle is DFE and FG perpendicular to ED. That means FG is acting as a geometric mean. You will use the theorem of geometric mean or property of geometric mean and you will get the length of EG. So first you will use the property of geometric mean for the triangle DFE. FG is the geometric mean. So FG square is equal to EG multiplied by GD. FG is given 12. 12 square is 144 equal to EG multiplied by 8. 8 will come this side and divide. So you will get the length of the EG. Try to get it. It is very simple. Once you get the length of EG, then you try to find out the length of EF. Now see, EG is with you, FG is given, and this EF you will find out using the Pythagoras theorem, because this FGE is a right angle triangle. FG perpendicular to ED, that means here 90 degrees angle, and so this is the right angle triangle. Use the Pythagoras theorem and get the length of EF. Here EF is acting as a hypotenuse because it is opposite to the angle G, which is of 90 degree. EG is with you because you find out with the help of geometric mean. FG is given. You will get the length of the hypotenuse using the Pythagoras theorem. And EF now you have to find out. FD you have to find out. So FD also you can find out with the help of Pythagoras theorem. This triangle FGD is also right angle triangle. FG perpendicular to ED is given. That means here also it is a 90 degrees angle. Opposite to 90 degree FD, and that is a hypotenuse. One side of the triangle is given 12. Second side is given, that is 8. So use the Pythagoras theorem and get the length of the FD. So 3 things they asked you to find out. First EG you will find out with the help of geometric mean. FD you will find out with the help of Pythagoras theorem. And EF also you will find out with the help of Pythagoras theorem. Try to solve this example. Now I will show you the example number 10. First you see the example here on the screen. You should hope you all have textbooks. So see, the example is what? It is a word problem. Walls of 2 buildings on either side of a street are parallel to each other. A ladder 5.8 meter long is long is placed on the street such that its top just reaches the window of a building at the height of 4 meters. On turning the ladder over the other side of the street, its top touches the window of the other building at a height 4.2 meter and find the width of the street. Read the example at least 2 times. From that you have to draw the diagram. So once again you see this example. With the help of this example we will draw the diagram, because in this type of question the diagram is very important and it is compulsory. Unless you draw the diagram you cannot solve it. It will be difficult. Once you draw the diagram then it is easy for you to get the solution. Now see the example. Walls of 2 buildings on either side of a street are parallel to each other. So here suppose I will draw the street. Suppose this is, we'll give the name, suppose AB is the street. Then walls are on either side, so left side and right side. So this is the first wall. We'll give the name, suppose AC, and one more wall to the right side of the building. This is suppose AD. See the question once again. Walls of 2 buildings on either side of a street are parallel to each other. So AC and BD are the walls of the building. They are parallel to each other. A ladder of 5.8 meter long is placed on the street such that its top just reaches the window of a building at the height of 4. On turning the ladder over the other side of the street, its top touches the window of the other building at height 4.2. So see from this sentence what you can understand. The ladder is kept in the middle of the road somewhere on the road, and from the road first it touches the first building, and afterward again it is if you turn it will touch the second building. The length of the ladder is given 5.8. Suppose we will say the ladder is kept at the point E. Suppose here E is the point where the ladder is kept, and first let it touch the building AC. So this way you will get it. And the length of the ladder is 5.8. But at what height it is touching to the building? The window is at 4 meter. The length of the ladder is 5.8 meter. Then from here again it is on turning the ladder over to the other side of the street. That means from here now the ladder is touching the building BD. That means This way you will get the diagram. The length of the window or the height is 4.2. The length of the ladder is same. It will remain same, that is 5.8. So this way you get the diagram. In this diagram, what is important? The building and the road or the street are perpendicular to each other. That means here you get the angle of 90 degree. Similarly, here also you will get the angle of 90 degree. That means here you can see two right angle triangles are formed. Now see the diagram. I will explain you what is given and what we can see in the diagram. AB is a street. So I am writing here then AC is building number 1, BD is building number 2, then the EC is equal to ED, and this EC or ED, that is ladder. Question afterwards, the final question is they asked you to find out the width of the road or the street. That means you have to find out the length of AB. Now see, AB we have to find out, but the AC first building, the ladder is touching the wall of the building at the height 4 meter, and the second building it is touching at the height 4.2 meter. The length of the ladder you can say, you can mention it here, is equal to 5.8. This I wrote in short. You can write in detail clearly. Diagram and this given when you will write, it gives you 1 or half marks. Now we will solve it. In the diagram you can see two right angle triangle. So in the diagram you can see two right angle triangle. We see the first right angle triangle, that is CAE. Here you will use the Pythagoras theorem and get the length of AE. Then the second right angle triangle DBE. Here also you will use the Pythagoras theorem and get the length of EB. And after that add the length of AE and EB. You will get the length of AB, that is the width of the road or the street. So we will do the calculation now. First part of the example, in triangle CAE by Pythagoras theorem. You can write here in triangle CAE, angle A is equal to 90 degree. So when you will apply the Pythagoras theorem, you will get CE square plus AC square, CE square is equal to AC square plus AE square. Now CE is the length of ladder, that is 5.8 square. AC is the height of the building or wall, that is 4, and 4 square. AE we have to find out, AE square. Then take the square of 5.8 and square of 4. So the square of 5.8 is 33.64. 33.64 is the square of 5.8, equal to square of 4 is 16 plus AE square. Now we want AE square, that means 16 will go this side and subtract, go to opposite side and subtract. So we will show it here. 33.64 minus 16 is equal to AE square. You should know how to do the subtraction of decimal fraction. So according to that, you will get the answer. If you do the subtraction, you will get 17.64 equal to AE square. We don't want AE square, we want only AE. So take the square root of 17 point, or take the square root of both the side, and if you take the square root of both the side, the square root of 17.64 is 4.2. So 4.2 is equal to AE. That means we got the length of the half street. Now the same method we will follow for the second diagram. Once again you see the diagram here. From this diagram, from this right angle triangle, we got the length of AE using the Pythagoras theorem. Now the same triangle DBE, angle B is of 90 degree. Use the Pythagoras theorem and find out the length of EB. So I will show you here calculation. Second part of the example. In triangle DBE, angle B equal to 90 degree, and so by Pythagoras theorem you get DE square is equal to DB square plus BE or EB square. Now DE is 5.8, DB is 4.2, BE we have to find out. You know the square of the 5.8 is 33.64, square of 4.2 is 17.64. See, all these are with us only. In the first part we use this and again it come, and B plus BE square. We want BE, so it will come this side and subtract. And after the subtraction you get 16 is equal to BE square, and so the square root of this 4 is equal to BE square. Sorry, BE. See, now again I will show you the diagram. So now AE we got, that is 4.2, and BE just now we got, that is 4. They asked you to find out the width of the street, that means the length of AB, and now you have to do the addition. AB is equal to AE plus EB. You will get the length of the width of the street. So third part of the example is AB is equal to AE plus EB. AB we have to find out. AE is given 4.2, got EB is 4. If you add it, you will get 8.2. And so final answer you will highlight the answer in the box. Width of the road is, or the street is, 8.2 meter. This way you have to try to complete the example. See, the example is lengthy but very simple. Word problems always you have to read at least 2 to 3 times. Try to understand what is given and what they asked. From that, if it is necessary, then draw diagram. If it is necessary, draw diagram. And from the diagram, then you get the solution. Try to solve the examples which I showed you and which I told you to solve of your own. Do it honestly. If you cannot, I will help you. Thank you.